These are the 10 most brutal Wall Street bets losses ever, and each one's worse than the last. We're talking millions gone, crippling debt, even homelessness. But they all share one thing in common, and at the end I'll show you how to avoid making the same mistake. Let's start with number 10. This guy hated his 9 to 5 and wanted out of the rat race by getting rich through option trading. At first he had a nice wide diversified portfolio of blue chip companies heavily correlated with the S&P 500, preserving and growing his wealth. But little did he know, this would be the first and last time he'd ever make money doing this. See that little spike right there? That's the exact moment he discovered options, a world where you can get rich overnight, lose everything just as fast. You can never come back from this place. Thinking he had a money printer in his pocket, he placed trade after trade until eventually he did what all great degenerates do. He lost all of his savings. All $45,000 generously donated to Wall Street. But on the bright side, he did live his 9 to 5 for 5 to 5. This guy got himself fired for choking the chicken at work. During a virtual meeting, he started removing everything covering his lower half. He figured it was fine, no one in Zoom could see below the desk. But what he didn't realize was that his office had security cameras and they caught everything. After getting fired, he moved into his mom's spare room and started trading with a retirement fund. And somehow it worked. Her portfolio was up 180% in just 3 months. After his dad passed away, the money meant everything to her. And for a while, it looked like he might actually secure her a comfortable retirement. But then he lost $37,000 in a matter of days. This guy just figured out how to buy call options on his Robinhood account. Naturally, his first move was to drop $90,000 on out-of-the-money GameStop calls that expired the very next day. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's extremely idiotic. He placed the trade right at the peak of the second GameStop rally. Rallies like this cause implied volatility to skyrocket, meaning the options market is pricing in 100% moves in GameStop's share price. The result? He lost $60,000. This college kid inherited $800,000 after his grandmother passed away. He'd heard all the stupid stories about people blowing their inheritance and swore he wouldn't be that guy. So he did this smart thing. He put $100,000 into a high-yield savings account and threw the other $700,000 into Intel. He proceeded to lose $206,000 in less than a week. He ended his Reddit post with, "Some of you guys have been really mean, but it's okay. I know I deserve it. I'm holding forever. Intel will succeed." He's probably still holding back tears. This is so funny. Apparently at Fidelity, if you lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, they send you a letter just to check if your trades are consistent with your investment objectives and to make sure you stay alive. At Fidelity, we believe it's important for investors to periodically review their investment strategies and trading activity to ensure that each is consistent with their investment objective, financial circumstances, and risk tolerance. This is why we wanted to make you aware that last month 39 trades were executed in your above reference account and the overall equity value of your account decreased by $228,000. Please consider reviewing your account statements and trade confirmations to determine whether this activity is still consistent with your investment objectives. What a beauty, a perfect wallpiece for the living room, if he still has one. If we're talking about brutal losses, this is the pinnacle of them all. This trader said he would cut off his penis if GameStop closed below $450. Unfortunately for him, the price dropped almost immediately. We're still waiting on him to find the nail clippers and follow through on his promise. This guy felt ready to start trading with real money after paper trading for a while. So he asked his girlfriend for $25,000, telling her it was just to enable margin and that he'd never actually trade with it. He also added $5,000 his own money to fund the trades. And things went surprisingly well. By trading SPY and Tesla options, he turned his $5,000 into $25,000. But that didn't last long. He started losing thousands of dollars per day. Eventually, he was down $35,000. $10,000 of that was his girlfriend's money. Refusing to surrender, he YOLO'd the remaining $15,000 on Tesla calls. Luckily, Elon came through and his portfolio rebounded to $30,000. His girlfriend never even knew he had briefly lost her money. Back in the game, he started losing thousands again. Just before completely blowing up his account, he YOLO'd everything into Target. That one trade took his account to 6 figures in a single day. He did the smart thing and paid back the $25,000 he owed his girlfriend. Unfortunately, that was the only smart thing he did, because he then proceeded to wipe out the entire account. You'd think he'd stop there, but the degeneracy is strong with this one. Like any smart, rational trader, he took out a $25,000 high-interest personal loan and lost everything. Now he's stuck paying $1,356 a month just to get out of debt. This person had just $990 in his portfolio, so naturally he did what any sane person wouldn't. He went all in on Tesla call options, and somehow it worked. In just a few days he turned $990 into $50,000. Most people would stop there, retire the account, take the win, touch grass. But not this guy. A few days later his Robinhood account showed 1 million. So he kept YOLOing and lost everything. So this trader took out a second mortgage and used it to trade GameStop options. He turned his initial $35,000 into a whopping $5.3 million. But unfortunately, he didn't cash out and kept trading until he lost $4.9 million, shrinking his portfolio down to just $360,000. This trader started with stocks, but once he discovered option trading, he was instantly hooked. There was just one problem: he was running out of money. So he did what any rational person would do: he sold his house and his car. You might think that's bad enough, but it didn't stop there. He maxed out credit cards, borrowed from banks and lenders, and lied to friends and family to get more money. All in all, he lost $1,030,000. But even worse, he lost his family, his dignity, and his wife of 12 years left him, taking custody of the kids. He cried for days, slept on benches, under bridges, and in backyards. After all that, you'd think he'd give up option trading for good. But no, he believes he can recover the money he lost trading options by trading more options. Is there anything we can take away from all this? From everything I've seen, it seems like no matter how much money they have, it's never enough. Especially when it's just numbers on a screen. What's the one trait all these losses have in common? Greed. Icarus flying too close to the sun. Remember, if it's good enough to screenshot, it's good enough to sell. If you don't want to end up like these losers, do 2 things. Build a solid exit plan for every trade, and follow a strategy that actually beats the market long term. I break that down step by step in this video.